Hello everyone, this is God Center with Matthew. Today we're going to be in the New Testament in the book of Luke. I was just didn't know where I was going to be at this morning, and I just got out of the shower, and my dogs they got away from me yesterday. I was going to take them for a car ride, and I guess I got distracted by the quail out there, and I turned around and they had shot off somewhere. I don't know, they ain't back. It's all going on 24 hours. So God spoke to me this prodigal son story. So that's where we're going to be at, chapter 15 of Luke. I'm going to go to verse 1. Then all the tax collectors and sinners drew near to him to hear him. And the Pharisees and scribes complained, saying, "This man receives sinners and eats with them." So he spoke this parable to them, saying, I'm gonna hold off right there. So, is this how we view people that come in our church? This is how we view people that come in our church looking scraggly, and maybe they've they hung over from the night before. Maybe they've been out, just been out in the world and just doing what they want to do. Do we view them people as less than because of that? Because Jesus didn't. Jesus did not view them. He actually ate and drank with them and was married. I'm not saying go hang out with these people. Jesus did, though. Jesus did. Maybe you got enough people like that, maybe you can just check on it at least. Pick up the phone and call and check on them. It ain't going to hurt. That's what Jesus would do. So we're going to go to verse 4. What man of you, having 100 sheep, if he loses one of them, does not leave the 99 in the wilderness and go after the one which is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he lays it on his shoulders rejoicing, and when he comes home, he calls all his friends and neighbors, saying to them, "Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep which was lost." I say to you that likewise there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 just persons who need no repentance. So Jesus is telling us clear and simple that the most important people to him, and should be to the church, is the people that's lost. Are we seeking the lost? Are we out trying to do our due diligence and inviting people to church? I mean, I know that I can say that I haven't been inviting people to church. I can say that. Now, I do my part in this. I don't know who's watching, who's not watching. Maybe there's a bunch of just people watching. Maybe there's a lot of lost people, because my style is a little different. So I feel like there is some people that normally wouldn't go to church that actually listen to this, but I don't know that to be fact. I don't know that to be factual. I don't know the demographic of who watches the videos. Some videos don't get that many hits. Some of them get a decent amount. It's like I'm running a small church. Some videos only get 40 views, and some of them get 100, so 200, up to 200. So it's like running a small congregation. What I'm doing here, but I do need to, and I still go to church. And I don't just do this. I go to the Dilworth Church of Christ. If anybody's watching, anybody's local, come out and join us. Quit it, daggone cat. He's over there messing with something. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. He's over there digging at something he's supposed to be digging in. Okay, so now we're going to go on to verse 8. Or what woman, having 10 silver coins, if she loses one coin, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she has found it, she calls her friends and neighbors together, saying, "Rejoice with me, for I have found a piece which I've lost. Likewise, I say to you, there is joy in the presence of angels of God over the one sinner who repents. And I know like what they're talking about as far as this, because I've been in a situation where I don't know how many times I've just lost money, but I have lost things. I've lost like a watch I found recently, and I had a nice necklace that I had lost, and it took me a while, but I finally found it, and it makes you extremely happy. I've lost guns before. I've lost my wallet. So anytime you lose something and you find it, it is a relief, and it does make you happy. So that was a good parable there. So like, how much more would it be for us if we had found a human being that's out there that's strung out on drugs or strung out on alcohol, or just out there morally doing wrong, and they don't care? And how much greater of a joy would it be for us to bring them to Christ and see them doing well, and see them, going to church, see them helping others? That's really our calling. If we're Christians, we're true Christians. That's what AA does. I've seen so many different people that has been lost, and they've been just like been beat up. I see them come, I see them get beat up, and I see them get better, and like the joy starts coming back to their face. We should be seeing that in the church. I don't see it in the church as much. I don't see it in the church near as much as I did in AA. So AA's got the church beat right now, as far as I'm concerned, is where I see people coming in and turning their lives around. It teaches of a God. It don't necessarily teach Jesus, but I mean, if anybody that has any common sense knows that's who they're talking about. But I'm not trying to get off on that road, but we as a church need to work harder on saving souls and help seeking out the lost and bringing them back into the light. Some people may have been in the light at one point, and then has slowly but surely staggered off. And it starts with missing church service or missing Bible reading time. It starts with little small things, and it ends up now you're just lost again. You're the one sheep out of the 99 that's got stuck off in the wilderness. And I don't know if I'm talking to somebody today, but if you are the sheep that has decided to wander off and get lost in the wilderness, then I pray that you find your way back home. You can come see us at Dilworth Church of Christ. You can continue to watch the videos or find another church. It's whatever, but I'm speaking to somebody right now. So we're going to go to verse 11 now. Then he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me my portion of the goods that falls to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. But when he had spent all, there he arose a severe famine in the land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of the country, and he sent him into the fields to feed the swine. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But then he came to himself and said, how many of my father's servants have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will rise before you, and I am no longer worthy, or I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. So that's speaking to the Christian that has fell off. I was a Christian. I fell off for many years, and I was a prodigal son. I mean, I put my family through hell. I put my family through hell, doing what I want to do, running off and staying gone. It's like these dogs. These dogs are just out running loose and doing whatever they want to do, and I did that for many years. And now they're dogs, but they are like my little children. So now I see what I put my family through, by doing what I did, and it really wasn't fair for me to put my family through any of that stuff, and maybe there's somebody watching that they put their family through this mess, and it's not fair. Come back home and get your life together. It took me a long time to get my life together, but I'm living a pretty good life right now. But I have everything that I want. No, I have everything I need. I pretty much, for the most part, have everything I need. Except a wife. That's the only thing that's and I consider that a need. It's not really a want. That's the only thing that I feel like I'm lacking in life. It is what it is. One day it may happen, one day it may not. I just got to be happy with God no matter what happens throughout the rest of my life. So we're going to go to verse 20 now. And he arose and came to his father. But when he was still great ways off, his father saw him and had compassion, and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And his son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring out the best robe and put it around him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet, and bring the fattened calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry, for my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now found, and began to be merry. And they began to be merry. So everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. We're going into somebody that's not happy, and it's just part of it. There's different people and different attitudes. Everybody's happy to see this guy, and that's the way us church should be when we see somebody that has fallen from grace or has never never known God. Come to God. We should be happy for them. We should be helping them in any kind of way that we can without overstepping boundaries. Sometimes we can overstep boundaries and go up and beyond what we should be doing, and sometimes that can be harmful for people too. So I don't know what ended up happening at the end of the day. We don't know. Hopefully everything became good, and then I'm gonna go into verse 28 now. But he was angry. He's talking about the other son. But he was angry and would not go in. Therefore his father came out and pleaded with him. So he answered and said to his father, Lo, these many years I have been serving you. I never transgressed your commandment at any time, and yet you never gave me a young goat that I might make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours come, who has devoured your livelihood with harlots, you killed the fattened calf for him. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. Is this right that we should not be merry and be glad, for your brother was dead and now alive, and was lost and now found? So that's what we got to be careful for us as Christians, is us to be happy when we see a sinner that fell from grace come back in, or somebody that hasn't known God come in. We need to be happy for them. We don't need to be looking down on nobody. Shouldn't be jealous of nobody because maybe the new guy's getting more attention. The new guy's getting more attention than somebody's been in the congregation for 20 years. You shouldn't worry about that. It's not about nothing. So if you've been there the whole time, this person hasn't been. This person has been on death's bed, on their way to hell, and now there's a lot of people, giving them attention and stuff. So it's best not to fall into that stuff and get jealous. That jealousy is really a bad thing that can happen. So I'm curious on what actually ended up happening to the rest of the story, because that's where the story ended, where the father just told his son, well, you've been here the whole time, and everything I have is yours, and you've been here the whole time. My son ran off and has been lost, and now he's back. He's came back to grace. He's back in good grace with me. He's back in good grace with God, and we should all be happy and thankful for that. So my thing to y'all today is invite somebody. If you go to church, invite somebody to church next week, and I think that's what our thing's supposed to be doing. I think it's the kids this week inviting them, and I think that we're supposed to be doing it. So I'm going ahead and giving an invite to anybody watching to they want to come to Do Work Church of Christ. Church service starts like right at 11, so around that time. So if you could be there 11 o'clock on Sunday, show up and we'll be glad to see you. And with all that said, that's the end of the show. And I love each and every one of y'all, and y'all have a blessed day. Like, share, and subscribe if you liked it.